Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Jackie. We'll wait a little bit, let people log in. Good morning, Colin. Debbie, good morning. Can still see some people tuning in, so we will wait just maybe a quick minute before we get started. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Joanne. Good morning, Penny. So do we have a bunch of nighttime snackers here right now? Oh, yes. Yep. Guilty too. Oh, Jackie's good. Okay, I think most people are here, so we will get started. Good morning to all my nighttime snackers. Welcome to our very last webinar of our Nutrition Month series on our Wednesday Wellness webinars. Today, we'll be talking about nighttime snacking, and I'm looking at, if it's good or bad to snack at night, and talk about also some healthy options for you. So again, these webinars are quite on the shorter end, so it should be a roughly 20 minutes or so, depending on discussions and whatnot that we have in the chat. So pretty short and sweet, but hopefully, some reminders and some tips and tricks on choosing healthy options, especially at nighttime. So before we get started, welcome to Demio. If you haven't joined before, you are welcome to participate as much or as little as you want. For the main of the presentation, we'll just ask you to write in the chat, but in the end, I can invite you to open your mic if you do want to participate more verbally. This workshop is being recorded, so just be mindful of that. And all the information provided today is the intellectual property of DND, so should not be reproduced without permission. Okay, and I will send just a quick poll in the chat to see just who is joining us today. This is just for our own personal interest as health promotion. So if you could quickly just answer that so we know who's in the room with us today. And as as I mentioned, this is our last Wellness Wednesday webinar. And as every week, there is a prize draw at the very end. So Jackie is in the backside of this presentation, and she will be doing the prize draw at the very end. So who is eligible to win? So CAF members are eligible to win, Reg and Reserve Force, family members, DND employees, and however, NPF employees are not eligible to win. And also, if you have won in the previous week, you're also not eligible to win. So if you do not fit in any of those categories, please write your name in the chat or say that you are interested in participating in the prize draw, and Jackie will put your name in the draw hat, and then you will have a chance to win a very awesome prize this week, a prize worth of $200 and above, sponsored by Pampered Chef, and it's a really nice grill pan. So put your name in the chat if, again, you are a CAF member, family member, DND, and not a NPF employee, and if you haven't won in the previous weeks. Also, today is the last day to participate in our Health Promotion Kingston Pampered Chef Jackpot Prize. So how this works is you can join, you can follow this link, which I will share right now. So it's a Pampered Chef link where Health Promotion is hosting a party. And here, when you go through this link and purchase an item, you are entered to win this jackpot prize. So for all people who purchase a Pampered Chef throughout the month of March, are put into this jackpot prize, which right now is worth, which the winner of this jackpot prize will win $145 in a free product. We'll have 4 items half off and a total discount of 30% on their purchase. So but this only applies to people who buy a product, and today is the last day. So whether you buy something big or small, you're still entered to win in this jackpot prize, again sponsored by Pampered Chef. So give this a look. Today's the last day, and some really sweet, a sweet prize to win. So now let's get started on our nighttime snacking. Right? I think there's a lot of myth and a lot of general concepts when it comes to eating at night. Right? I have here some common thinking, common thoughts that people may have. Right? I heard that any food eaten in the evening is stored right away as fat. I think that is, we've heard that a few times, or we may even think that ourselves. What can I eat in the evening that won't lead to weight gain? Right? So having maybe those healthier food options can be are they possible? Right? Is it possible? And what are our options? Until what time can I eat at night? Or if I work out in the evening and I'm hungry and I get back, can I have a snack? Right? So those common questions that we may have to all in relation to our nighttime snack. And if you hear the crazy dogs in the back, is because Meg just got home. I apologize. So nighttime snacking, is it a good idea? So in the chat, I'd like to invite you to just hear what your thoughts are. Is it bad or is it good to eat at night? And what are your beliefs on this topic? Very good. So not after 7, not good. Calories are calories. Timing is irrelevant. I say it depends on what you're putting in your mouth. So the options that we choose. And Jackie says, if you're hungry. Yes, those are all, those common thoughts, and most of them are very true, right? So one thing we need to understand that, yes, it is a common thought that everything you eat after dinner is immediately stored as fat. However, similar to what Colin said, a calorie is a calorie, and it really falls down to energy balance, right? So energy balance just means the energy intake, so the food that you eat throughout the day, needs to be equal to your energy expenditure. This, when they are equal, leads to weight management, right? Where there's an equality between both sides. So what happens though is the nighttime snacking is, are you snacking because, yes, like Jackie said, you are hungry? Maybe you didn't eat enough that day because you were physically active and you you did expend more energy, so you are naturally, your body wants more energy to replace the energy you lost, right? So are you actually hungry, or are you just snacky because of of other reasons, right? So and that snacking, is it contributing to a larger energy intake, which then leads to that disbalance, which that ultimately leads to the potential weight gain, right? So it is in the end, it is really without really saying to calculate calories, but it's still to be mindful of the energy you ate that day, and how active you were as well that day, right? And how it's not really measured by the minute, right? Your body doesn't measure it by the minute, so it's not everything stored as fat right after dinner. Anything you eat after dinner is stored as fat, right? It really goes from a 24-hour perspective, right? So your body is a big machine that keeps it in equilibrium, not by the minute, but more by the day or every other day after that. right? So that's just a general concept to understand, to be mindful of how much I ate that day and how active I was. So that was a bit more the physiology side. Now for the psychology side, right? It's to make sure to not confuse hunger with cravings, right? So just asking yourself some questions like, why do I want to eat right now? Right? Am I actually hungry? Does my body need something, or am I just, I have these habits that are maybe conditioned where I'm always snacking in front of the TV. So the TV is a bit of trigger, right, for my brain to think that I'm hungry, and then I eat, right? So those habits of when do you eat, what activities or what are you doing during that time, and is that causing the trigger, right? So now just being mindful of that, and then also the mindless eating. Here is where we are just not really considering how much we're eating, and we're just eating because maybe we are bored, right? Maybe we are stress eating, maybe we are emotionally eating, and it's all the whys and the self-reflection that we need to do on why we are eating, right? So hopefully, that is just this is just I'm giving you the opportunity to just self-reflect on those habits that you may have, and especially at night, right? On, are you actually hungry, or is it to satisfy a certain craving? Why are you craving that, right? Can I replace that item with something healthier, right? Because I think it's rare that we crave to eat celery, right? What do we often crave to eat, right? What do we go for when we are snacking in the evening? What is our, I think it's rare that we go for for celery or carrots, right? Chips, popcorn, chocolate, right? So I think all those sweet and salty, right? So all those sweets, some people prefer sweet, some people prefer salty, some people prefer the crunch, right? These are the options that we go to in the evening. And what is to consider with these options? Why are they not necessarily the healthiest? Yes, those empty calories, right? They are very energy dense, but they are not nutrient dense, right? They don't provide much nutrition for the amount of energy there is. And it is quite easy to eat a lot of them as well, right? We can all, if you are mindless eating, you could easily go through a bag of chips and be like, oh, it's already empty, right? And that's, that is obviously a lot of energy intake from that. No nutrition and a lot of salt and sugar, but not much nutrition. Yes, very good. So let's look at some healthier options, right, to satisfy maybe some of those cravings that we have. So maybe you are craving something crunchy and sweet, right? So here, I find these are all options with peanut butter that adds some sweetness, and then some crunch could be combined with an apple, some celery, or some toast, right? That adds that crunch, but also adds that nutrition, right? So with all of these, we have some good fiber. We all have a lot of vitamins and minerals, which other options would not provide, right? And we can still satisfy that craving and be, but still choose a healthier option. Or just something sweet. So it could be some cottage cheese with cut up pears or apples, and maple syrup is a very good and creamy option if you're craving something more like that. Has a lot of calcium, a lot of protein, and some good carbs. And then you could have, here it's a cereal or oatmeal with yogurt and fruit, or some energy balls, which while I talk about them, I do have a link to all these recipes, so I'll share it now before I forget. So follow this link and it will give you the recipes and what item is specifically. But so these would be to satisfy your craving for something sweet. If you're craving something salty, I don't know if you've ever tried some kale chips, but very, very nutritious, a lot of fiber and a lot of vitamins and minerals, and quite easy to make, just in the oven. And they're done pretty quick, and they actually store quite well. So you can make a larger batch and do and have some for later as well. Or just some veggies and hummus, right? Is a healthy option, but it satisfies that crunch and provides that nutrition. And if we're craving something crunchy, right, we have some nuts, which are a good option. Still high in energy, so we have to be mindful of how much nuts we eat, but still a healthier option than chips, right? A bowl of cereal, right, is a crunchy option that can be refreshing as well, and obviously choosing an option that is a healthier cereal, right, not too much sugar and higher in fiber. And then yes, popcorn is a healthier option. It is less energy dense as chips, for example. However, we do have to make sure that is not too high on sodium, right, on salt. So if it's maybe one that doesn't have the added butter and salt, and then we control for that and add just enough to satisfy our craving for something salty, definitely a healthier option than maybe buying something that is pre-packaged, pre-made, and higher in sodium and probably butter as well. So those are some healthy options. Again, just went through them quickly. You have the link now, and the recipes and some of the healthy snack ideas to try at home when we are feeling snacky. Right. Oh, and also I had some guacamole with some chips, right? Which can serve for an evening snack, but also for something later. A trick that I give, or that I do with guacamole, is, I don't know if you've done it before, but it gets brown quite quickly, and when it's stored or when it stays in the fridge. So just putting some shrink wrap, the plastic, I forget the name, but the plastic wrap that you put around food. If you just cut a little bit and then you put it directly on the guacamole so that it makes it airtight, it will preserve for a bit longer, so it won't turn all brown on you. But still a healthy option at night with some healthy fats there, and with the whole grain tortilla chip, it can provide some fiber too. And then a good old bean salad, which I'm quite famous for in the summer to make. It is one of my favorite salads, and I find it very, very refreshing, and it's easy to make a large batch. So you can, you have the recipe now with that link, so it's something to try. And to snack on in the evening, just if you are feeling hungry, but you do want to choose a healthier option. Add some good fiber in here and some good nutrition from the veggies. So some healthy snack options for you. In the end, what we have to remember is that it's not about the time you eat at, but it's the food choices you make, right? To make sure to choose options that are high in nutrition, right? Even with those snacks, right? And it's okay to have those unhealthy snacks every once in a while, right? We are, there's a healthy side to that, right? It's just being maybe mindful of how much we eat. Right, so not pulling the whole bag of chips out, but pouring it into a small bowl and limiting yourself to that, right? Or not pulling the whole chocolate bar, but maybe cutting a few squares, or just taking a few squares out of the chocolate bar, right? So this is a way to avoid the mindless eating, right? So that you're not going through the whole bag, not really thinking, watching TV, and then you realize that you just ate the entirety of the bag. Right? And then also asking yourself, why am I hungry? Am I maybe just thirsty? Right? Sometimes hunger is mixed with thirst. So can I just maybe have, a cup of tea, or even just water or a glass of milk, or whatever option you want, and maybe that will just satisfy your desire to have something, to put something in your mouth, right? Whether it be eating or drinking, right? It is to sometimes that's a desire that we have, and again, sometimes hunger is just mixed with thirst. So I talked about controlling portions, right? So even with those healthy snacks, we have to control our portions. So making sure we're putting them in smaller bowls or smaller plates, right? Or maybe using maybe half of what we would normally eat, right? Still to satisfy that nighttime craving, but just controlling for the portions can make a big difference in the end in our energy intake. and then consider our level of physical activity for that day. Right, so on a day that we were more active, well, maybe you can, that nighttime snack can be eaten without guilt. But if you know that that day you were very sedentary and just, a quiet day at home or at the office and didn't have a time to go to the gym, well, then maybe either, eating less of that nighttime snack or trying, again, maybe just drinking water and just to satisfy that, just to try to mitigate that hunger. So some tips and tricks for you. Hopefully it provided some insight on nighttime snacking and how, it is not bad. It is just to be mindful. That is the ultimate goal and the ultimate message of this webinar. Which now brings me to our Pampered Chef prize draw, which I'll invite Jackie to come on and do our prize draw for this wicked grill pan, again sponsored by Pampered Chef. An over $200 value, so quite an awesome gift. We kept it for the end, but I kept the best prize for myself. Had everyone on, but I'll let Jackie now do the prize draw.
Okay. So this is what we have been waiting for. So I have a couple of names in here. This is your last chance if you are eligible to put your name in the chat. You can still add some names. If you are a D&D employee, CAF member, family member, you can place your name in the chat now and I can add it to the draw. Last chance.
Last chance.
And I also provided the link in there. Again, today is the last day to purchase from the Health Promotion Pampered Chef Party. And that also enters you into the draw to win the jackpot. So right now there's, what was it, $148 worth of free products that you can win, plus a bunch of discounts as well. Yeah, so we put the link there for you. So I think we're ready to make the draw. So I've put the names in this bowl and I am going to draw the name now.
Drum roll.
Okay. And the winner of the grill pan is Joanne. Congratulations, Joanne. Woohoo! So Health Promotion will be contacting you very, very soon to arrange a pickup time for your prize. So congratulations. Thanks for attending the webinar this morning.
Yeah. Thank you, Jackie. Congratulations, Joanne. Awesome prize. You'll have to tell us all about it once you start using it. And yes, as Jackie said, last chance to join the Health Promotion Kingston Pampered Chef Jackpot Prize. Follow the link. Just you need to buy one item and it puts you in. Your chances of winning are pretty good. Yes, there's a lot to win, but there is your odds of winning are quite good. So I invite everyone to go and buy something. And this wraps up our not only today's webinar, but our whole webinar series for this whole month of March, which was Nutrition Month, so all nutrition focused. Thank you very much to all those who followed us throughout this, this journey of our 5-week series on nutrition webinars. We really appreciate your participation and you joining and supporting Health Promotion. If you do want to register for our upcoming programs, as we do have, we are now facilitating programs in person again. Please follow the link that I just shared. Our upcoming programs, we have a stress take charge on the 8th of April, a 1-day stress take charge. We have a mental fitness suicide awareness on the 28th of April. And then 2 series, 1, managing angry moments, Tuesdays and Thursdays in May, so May 4th to May 20th, and then an intercom program, so communication program, Tuesdays and Thursdays in April 20th to 29th. So If you haven't joined those programs yet, please do. They will be in person, and registration link is shared with you now. So go ahead and go there, and then you'll be able to have all the details on how to register. Thank you everyone for joining in. It was a pleasure for me to give some tips and tricks on nighttime snacking. Hopefully it was helpful. And yeah, hope to see you in person or virtually in the near future. Have a great day, everyone.